To our new class. Today we will discuss the life of Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, who was a great reformer of Pakistan. How important was the work of Sir Syed Ahmed Khan to the development of the Pakistan movement during the 19th century? Firstly, let's talk about Sir Syed's early life. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan was born in Delhi on October 17, 1817. By the age of 18, he was skilled in Arabic, Persian, mathematics, and medicine. In 1838, his father died, and he was forced to seek an employment and became the judge in Delhi in 1846. The year 1846, he wrote his book on archaeology, called Athar al-Sanadid. In the War of Independence 1857, he was working as a chief judge in Bijnor and saved lives of many English women and children. So as a reward of his loyalty, British offered him a state with a large income, but he refused. Later, he was appointed Chief Justice in Moradabad and then transferred to Ghazipur. Then in 1864, he was transferred to Aligarh, where he worked to establish a new college. And then Aligarh became the center of a Muslim renaissance. 2 beliefs. Sir Syed was extremely unhappy about the position of Muslims in the subcontinent. Since the days of the Mughal decline, the social and economic status of Muslims had declined sharply, and the role of Muslims in the War of Independence had left further decline as British took measures to ensure that their control was unchallenged. Sir Syed Ahmed felt that the poor status of Muslims was due to they were treated as second-class citizens by British and Hindus, and they had to take some responsibilities themselves. Most Muslims thought that British were no more than just invaders, and they had nothing to do with them. Sir Syed Ahmed believed that Muslims had to accept that the British were their rulers and could only improve if they have a positive approach towards them. They needed to accept the British idea and their education if they wanted to improve. 3. What is Aligarh movement? The Aligarh movement was founded by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, the greatest Muslim educationist of the 19th century. After the War of Independence of 1857, the British did not trust the Muslims. Rep. As a result, they adopted a policy of oppression and repression towards the Muslims. They arrested and punished leading Muslims. The suffering of the Muslims multiplied when they refused to adopt the system of education introduced by the British. The Muslims refused to send there to the European and government schools because they hate English language. The result was that the Muslims could not acquire modern education and were kept away reasonable. Sir Syed's contribution towards education/educational element of Aligarh movement. The supreme interest of Syed's life was, however, education in its widest sense. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, along among his contemporaries, realized that the plight of Muslims could not be improved without a revolution in their attitude towards education. Modern education becomes the pivot of his movement of regeneration of the Indian Muslims. The Muslims were inimical to Western education for 3 reasons. 1. They considered it inferior to traditional Islamic learning. 2. It was being forced upon them by a foreign people. 3. They thought that an education saturated with Christianity might corrupt their beliefs. Sir Syed took steps to change Muslims' attitude to receiving British education. He told the Muslims that without acquiring modern education, they could not compete with the Hindus. Black Circle, he pleaded that there was no harm in adopting Western science and in learning English language. His works for the educational development for Muslims are as follow. 1. Farsi Madrasa. He established a Farsi madrasa at Moradabad in 1859. It was the starting point of Sir Syed's educational struggle. In this madrasa, English is also taught besides Arabic. 2. Victoria School, Ghazipur. Sir Syed established first modern Victoria School at Ghazipur, 1864. In this school, besides modern education, 5 languages, English, Urdu, Arabic, Persian, and Sanskrit, were also taught. 3. Establishment of scientific society. A more ambitious undertaking was the foundation of Scientific Society in 1863 at Ghazipur, which published translation of many educational texts and issued a bilingual journal in Urdu and English. The basic purpose of this society was translation of English, Persian, and Arabic writings into Urdu language. For Aligarh Institute Gazette. During his stay at Aligarh, he issued a weekly gazette called Aligarh Institute Gazette. This imparted information on history, ancient and modern science of agriculture, natural and physical science, and advanced mathematics. 5. Tahzib ul-Ikhlaq. On December 24, 1876, he issued his famous magazine named Tahzib ul-Ikhlaq from Benares in order to apprise the Muslim of their social evils and moral shortcomings. This journal contained articles from influential Muslims who agreed with Sir Syed that there was a need for a new approach to education. Was a need for. This magazine also promoted Urdu language immensely. Although some ulama attacked the journal, it played a major part in bringing about an intellectual revolution amongst Muslims thinkers. Activate Windows. Go to Settings to activate Windows. 6. Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College, Aligarh. For the educational and social uplift of the Muslims, Sir Syed Ahmed Khan decided to open Muslims' educational institution. In 1869, Sir Syed traveled to England to study the university system there. He dreamed of setting up a university in the subcontinent. He was very impressed by the universities of Oxford and Cambridge and hoped to set up an educational institution of their model. Black Circle, however, on returning home, he found that his plans were met with suspicions. Black Circle, he could not start a university straight away, so instead he decided to begin with a school and he established a madrasa on May 24, 1875. 2 years later, on January 8, 1877, Mao College was inaugurated at Aligarh by Lord Lytton, the Viceroy of India. It was a residential institution and it rendered great service in imparting modern education to the Muslims. Many important Muslim figures like Maulana Shibli, Nawab Mohsin ul-Mulk, Maulana Zafar Ali Khan and Maulana Muhammad Ali Jauhar, etc. Later this college was converted to a university in 1920. 7. Mohammedan Educational Conference. This conference met every year to take stock of the educational problems of the Muslims and to persuade them to get modern education and abstain from politics. Black Circle it later became the political mouthpiece of the Indian Muslims and was the forerunner of the Muslim League. Syed Ahmad Khan's Aligarh movement played a significant role in bringing about an intellectual revolution among the Indian Muslims. Thus, it succeeded in achieving its major objectives, i.e., educational progress and social reform. His efforts earned Sir Syed the title Prophet of Education. Visit our channel for second part. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel for more videos on history.